Hi, I'm Jimmy Blakeney, paddle sports, board sports instructor, and product designer for Isle. In this video, we're going to talk about trim, and specifically trimming out your hybrid paddleboard kayak. This is important because we have a lot of our family, the Isle family, people that purchase these hybrids, and they are using them as paddleboards and then they're converting them and using them as kayaks. So the one you see here, I have set up, I've actually trimmed it properly for myself. You may be saying, what are you talking about, Jimmy? What is trim? I don't even know what you're saying. And that's what we're going to talk about. So the best way for me to show you this is on this board, just as a paddleboard. And the reason I can show you this easily is because I can move around. Once you set your seat and your foot brace, that's kind of, you want that to be set in the proper trim. Okay, what is trim? Trim is how level or tilted the board is when it's on the surface when you're on the board or the boat, okay? So in this case, if I get on, what I see a lot of is I see people set up their seat, and they set up their seat way back towards the tail or the stern. Since it's a boat and a board, you can choose which one you want to use. So I'm sitting back here towards the stern. What does that mean? It means the nose is way out of the water. I am out of trim, tail heavy or stern heavy, okay? Then the other way you could do it is be bow or nose heavy. So now if you look at the back, you can see that the tail is actually lifting out of the water a little bit. That means that the fin is not engaging, and it's going to be awkward to paddle in this configuration. So to get proper trim, which is different for every body and also different for every board or boat, and also different depending on the gear you're bringing. When you're in perfect trim, you are going to have the hull flat on the surface. So for me, on this, I know, because I've paddled this particular hybrid a lot, I know that my trim is going to be somewhere around here, okay? Now I should look and be able to see, and you can have a friend help you because it's difficult to see yourself, but you can check and see. A lot of times I'll look over at my friends and say, hey, you look a little out of trim there, you might want to adjust your seat. So now that I'm trim, why does this matter? Why am I so concerned about getting the board level? Well, it has to do with efficiency on the water. So when you're out of trim, tail heavy, you're dragging the tail through the water, okay? So when I'm paddling around and I'm back here, the tail is dragging through the water, and you'll also notice that I turn really easily, all right? So I'm gonna wag around out here, right? Like I'm gonna just slide around all over. Now, if you want that, if you want the maneuverability, great. And by the way, if you're setting this up tandem with someone in front of you, or you have a bunch of gear or a dog or a kid or whatever, you may need to trim it out to balance out the load that you're putting in the front. But trimmed out this way, really inefficient on the water, and also you're not going to track very straight. So that's the reason we really want to have this trim. The board boat is going to be more efficient. You're going to have better glide on the water. You're going to go further, faster with less effort. And generally, you're going to have a better time if your board/boat hybrid paddleboard kayak is trimmed properly. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and check out the rest of our videos. I have a whole series of videos about these hybrid paddleboard kayaks, covering some of the specific techniques about using them and some of the other topics specifically related to these really cool 2-in-1 products. That's it for this video, and we'll see you out on the water.